The gavel cracked like a bone, snapping sharp and final, and for a second the whole courtroom froze. Everyone except Daniel Carter. He just stood there, shoulders square, not a flicker on his face. His lawyer whispered something about appeals, but Daniel wasn't listening. Across the aisle, his ex-wife Lauren tilted her head back and laughed. Not a loud laugh, but that smug, airy kind people use when they think they've won for good. She had taken everything as company: the lake house, the condo in Miami, every account the lawyers could find. All the judge left him with was a place everyone in town called a haunted wreck, an old Carter family mansion rotting on a hill outside of Charleston. Lauren leaned to her attorney, pen tapping against the table, and said just loud enough for Daniel to hear, "That dump, he can keep it." The reporters scribbled, interns whispered, and someone in the back muttered, "Man, he married wrong." Poor guy lost it all. Daniel's palms itched against the arms of his chair. He looked down at his daughter Lily, 10 years old, clutching his fingers like she wanted to disappear into her sweater. He tightened his jaw so the cameras wouldn't catch what he really felt. When it was over, they walked out into the cold. Lauren's laughter floated behind them, sharp as broken glass. On the curb, two men in cheap suits joked, "All he's got left is that dead house. That's all he deserves." Daniel guided Lily into a cab. Didn't answer, didn't flinch. He just whispered to her, "We're okay." Not a promise, a command to himself. The cab climbed toward the mansion on Carter Hill. From the outside, it looked like it should have been condemned 10 years ago. Ivy choking the bricks, windows loose in their frames, a gate leaning like it had given up. The driver whistled. "You really staying here, man?" Daniel only said, "Yeah." Lily wrinkled her nose. "Dad, this place is creepy." He gave her half a smile. "That's what makes it perfect." What no one knew, not Lauren, not even his late wife before her, was that a decade earlier, when Carter Innovations was flying high, Daniel had built himself an insurance policy under this so-called ruin. He'd watched friends lose fortunes overnight, lawsuits, taxes, partners who turned out to be vultures. So he called in a contractor under a fake name, paid cash, oversaw every brick himself. Behind a door disguised as a broom closet was a steel-lined vault with climate-control triple locks and silence thick enough to hide a lifetime. Down in the dust-scented basement, he pressed his palm against a knot in the wood, and the panel slid to reveal that vault door. The wheel turned slow, the metal groaning like it was waking up. And then, light on gold. Stacks of bars like bricks of sunlight, bundles of cash wrapped tight, velvet boxes with diamonds that fractured the dim bulb into rainbows. Lily's eyes went wide. She whispered, "Dad." He placed a hand on the bars, steady as stone. "This," he told her, "is why we don't panic." For the next few weeks, Daniel played the part of the ruined man. Weeds still strangled the driveway shutters, still banged loose in the wind, and anyone passing by swore the place was one storm away from collapse. But every morning after dropping Lily at school, he came back, unlocked the hidden door, and took just enough an envelope of cash, a small velvet box, to fuel the next move. The first call was to Marco, an old friend who ran a discreet metal shop by the docks. No receipts, just trust and handshakes. When Daniel dropped a flawless diamond on the table, Marco's eyebrows shot up. "Man, where have you been hiding this?" Daniel just gave that faint, patient smile. "Been saving it." While Lauren strutted through charity galas and splashed champagne on Instagram, Daniel was moving quietly, buying a logistics company no one cared about, a slice of stock in a struggling energy firm whose CEO still owed him, seed money in a tech startup nobody was watching yet but would explode in 2 years. Every move, small, invisible. Meanwhile, whispers about Lauren drifted into cafes and boardrooms. She's running Carter Innovations now. Pour things in over her head. Another voice. Give it time, the sharks will smell blood. Even Lily overheard two women in a grocery store freezer aisle. She took everything from her husband, now she's about to lose it all. Lily glanced up at her dad, a shy grin tugging at her mouth. He just said, "People talk. We let them." Inside the mansion, he started fixing what mattered. Not the exterior that stayed wrecked to keep curious eyes away, but the old study got new oak panels. The drawing room became a sleek office with a mahogany desk and the vault. The vault became the beating heart of a secret empire. Every night, Daniel stood by the cracked upstairs window, watching headlights crawl along the distant road, feeling the heavy satisfaction of preparation. By the third month, only 2% of the vault was gone, but already the roots of his investments were spreading. His phone buzzed with contracts overseas partners calling at odd hours. Accounts in his name began to swell. Not the ones Lauren could touch, but new ones she didn't even know existed. And then one afternoon, his phone buzzed with a message from Marco. "Your ex is in real trouble." Daniel leaned back in his leather chair. Fingers steepled the vault, humming silently behind the wall. It wasn't time to smile yet, but it was close. By month 4, the gloss on Lauren's social media started cracking. No more skylines and champagne. Now it was dimly lit dinners with captions that tried too hard. Her circle of friends thinned out fair-weather companions gone when the weather turned. In the business district, the whispers grew sharper. Vendors aren't getting paid. She's mortgaging properties. Desperate moves. By month 6, the news broke wide open. Carter Innovations had defaulted on loans. Foreclosures hit. Bankruptcy filings followed. TV anchors showed clips of Lauren rushing from the courthouse in the rain. Mascara streaking hair plastered no longer a queen, but a woman shoved out of her own castle. Daniel didn't gloat. He stayed in the mansion, refining his plans, moving money, growing his shadow empire. And when the moment was right, he struck. Invitations went out for a launch event at the tallest skyscraper in the city. The press release read, "Carter Global Investments focused on integrity and high-value ventures." A statement that said without saying, "I'm back." This time, no one's taking the crown. On launch day, the lobby buzzed with reporters, cameras, industry heavyweights jostling for position. Daniel stepped onto the stage in a charcoal suit that fit like armor, Lily beside him in a simple but elegant dress, her smile brighter than any spotlight. He didn't mention Lauren. He didn't have to. His voice carried steady. Success isn't about what people give you or take from you. It's about what you're prepared to protect, even when the world thinks you've lost it all. The applause thundered, cameras flashed like fireworks. For a brief moment, Daniel let himself breathe it in, the vindication, the freedom, the clean slate. Across town in a cramped apartment she could barely afford, Lauren scrolled through her feed. The headline under Daniel's photo read, "From ruins to riches, Daniel Carter returns stronger than ever." Her coffee had gone cold. That smug laugh she once used to humiliate him was gone too, replaced by silence. And on Carter Hill, the mansion stood taller now. Gates, straightened shutters, repaired secrets intact. Because Daniel knew you never lay all your cards on the table. You let them think they've beaten you right up until the moment they realize they were playing the wrong game all along. So here's the question. Who was really in the wrong? The woman who thought she'd won by stripping her husband bare, or the man who built his revenge in silence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because stories like this aren't just about money. They're about pride, power, and the dangerous game people play when they think they can laugh at someone else's ruin. And if you've ever seen karma serve a dish colder than this one, I'd love to hear it.